Welcome back to NABJ TV. We've got another packed show for you today. It's Friday, October 25th, and I'm Zyreail Hardin. First up, we'll check out the latest weather forecast so you can plan out your week. Here's Ayeesha with more. Hello everybody, my name is Ayeesha Frazier, and today I'm giving you your 5-day weather forecast starting with Saturday. Saturday is going to be a high of 84 and a low of 55. Then we move into Sunday, where it's going to be a high of 69 and the low of 57. Going into Monday, we're going to have a high of 71 and a low of 51. And then moving on into Tuesday, we're going to have a high of 74 and the low for that day is 48. And then it rises back up with a high of 79 and a low of 56. My name is Ayeesha again, and that was your 5-day weather forecast. Back to you. And now for an update on Gamecock athletics. Let's go to Jalen for the latest.
The South Carolina football team has had a mixed run this season with 4 wins and 3 losses.
On October 12th, the Gamecocks lost in a nail-biter to Alabama 27-25, but they bounced back on October 19th with a dominant 35-9 win over Oklahoma, setting a school record of 9 sacks. They're preparing for their next home game against Texas A&M, and fans are eager to see if they can build momentum. In women's volleyball, the Gamecocks are currently 11-6 overall. Their last game on October 20th was a win against Oklahoma, and they'll face Auburn on October 27th. The women's soccer team remains strong at 7-1-6 after a 1-1 tie against Ole Miss on October 13th. They defeated Alabama 3-1 on October 18th. They too have a home game against Auburn on October 27th. The equestrian team is now 2-1 following a tough loss to Auburn, falling 5-14. They're in action today against Texas A&M at 1 p.m. Swimming and diving saw the men's and women's team fall to Georgia during the tri-meet on October 11th, but the women's team secured a decisive win over Vanderbilt 249-45. They're up against Duke today, and they'll face North Carolina tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Basketball season is around the corner. The men's team will have a home game against Worcester and their first exhibition game on October 30th, while the Lady Gamecocks will play their second exhibition game against Clayton State on October 28th after starting their winning streak with a bang against Memphis, winning 106-63.
Women's basketball is at an all-time high. I am super excited about not just our team, but overall. I'm excited to see, how the teams that have been spread out over certain conferences, the Big Ten and the ACC have new former Pac-12 members. I'd like to see how that all unfolds. So I'm super excited. I know that there will be a women's basketball game on every single day of the week, and I look forward to tuning in.
And speaking of Lady Gamecock basketball, the school will be honoring one of its greatest players. On October 28th, the University of South Carolina will officially retire the number 3-time NCAA champion and WNBA star, Ayeesha Wilson.
I think she's a testament to the success that we're all working for here at the University of South Carolina, and she gives people a role model to look up to and just working hard at what we want to do and doing our best at all times.
Wilson's legacy continues to inspire both current players and fans, marking a significant moment in the program's history. I'm Jalen Long, and I'm reporting for NABJ TV.
A national anti-abortion organization brought its controversial campaign to the University of South Carolina. The group set up on Green Street for 2 days, drawing criticism from students and a student organization. Ayeesha has the details.
On October 21st and 22nd, the Genocide Prevention Project, a subgroup for the Center of Bioethical Reform, arrived on Green Street to promote its anti-abortion message. This sparked outrage in a student-led organization, which staged a counter-protest, calling the group's rhetoric harmful.
I believe, like I said, anything that actually prevents pregnancies, I have no problem with, because that helps helps stop abortions by just preventing pregnancies. I have nothing against any pregnant preventives. However, stuff like the abortion pill, which is used after pregnancy has occurred, I am very much against. So anything before conception, I am completely okay with as being allowed and should be promoted in society as ways to keep yourself safe so that we don't resort to killing children.
Hosted by college Republicans, the Genocide Prevention Project lined Green Street with graphic signs comparing abortion to historical genocides. The organization's goal is to equate abortion to what they describe as crimes against humanity, using these visuals to persuade students against reproductive rights.
And then specifically in the case of rape, while we acknowledge that it's a horrific crime and the offender should be punished to the full extent of the law, we don't believe that the innocent child produced from that should be the one punished or should have faced the consequences of their horrible father's actions.
In response, the Planned Parenthood Generation Action USC chapter organized a protest nearby. The groups posted to their social media saying the Genocide Prevention Project's rhetoric is harmful and hateful.
I'm extremely dissatisfied with the point of where abortion laws are. I believe having bans on them is absolutely immoral and deplorable because you're not getting rid of abortions as a whole, you're getting rid of safe abortions because anyway, a woman will find a way. And abortions at a 6-week ban, a lot of people don't know they're pregnant until around 6 weeks because that's when symptoms start to present. And it is just wholly immoral. I believe that the government has no right to have laws about women's bodies because a lot of the people in Congress are not women. They've never experienced this. They've never experienced the traumas that we have and how important this is to us in our healthcare. I believe that it's just healthcare for all. It's just a basic human right, and it feels like they are taking away our rights.
The back and forth between the two groups created tension, with students stopping to either engage with or avoid the displays altogether.
As a freshman on campus, this was really shocking for me. I mean, I obviously knew that people, are entitled to their own opinions, but seeing like this such a widespread amount of hate so in like the heart of campus is just extremely shocking to me, and the fact that it was even approved to be here is kind of insane to me. We can't even like go past this light pole, and I pay tuition here. All they did was rent out a part of the space. Like that's just, I don't know, it's really crazy to me, and it's not anything that I was ever expecting coming here. Obviously I knew that there would be disagreements, but I never expected so much like misinformation and gory things to be advertised.
Many criticized the use of shocking imagery in such a public, heavily trafficked space. The Center for Bioethical Reform has held similar demonstrations at other universities nationwide and will be holding them on Georgia campuses next.
So the goal of this is more to change the conversation about abortion and promote societal change, which will eventually change laws. Now, obviously, we are all in favor of abortion being illegal, but the goal of this isn't to change policy. It's to change minds, hearts, opinions, start the conversation.
Meanwhile, Planned Parenthood Generation Action USC says they'll continue their efforts to support reproductive rights on campus. This isn't the first time controversial protests have sparked reactions across USC's campus. As conversations surrounding reproductive rights continue nationwide, it is clear that it is hitting home for students right here at the university. Reporting for NABJ TV, I'm Ayeesha Wynn. With early voting just beginning in South Carolina, we'll provide you with the information you need to cast your ballot. Here's Amaya with more.
Early voting has begun here in South Carolina until November 2nd. If you plan on voting on Election Day, make sure you mark your calendars for November 5th. I have some tips for you that I would like to share. Make sure you have a valid ID, know where your polling location is, but also make sure you do your research on the candidates. We want to make sure that you have a smooth transition in the voting process to make sure your voice is heard for the 2024 election year.
And that's a wrap on this episode of NABJ TV. Next week, be sure to stop by our table at Hip Hop Wednesday. Also, be on the lookout for our homecoming episode, which will recap everything taking place during homecoming. And with Halloween just around the corner, be ready for spooky costumes and fun events. And don't forget to stay safe. Thank you for watching this episode of NABJ TV. See you next time.